What if the absolute worst thing you can do for your faith right now is to keep trying harder? Think about it. You are exhausting yourself trying to be the perfect Christian, the perfect professional, the perfect pillar for everyone around you. But what if that constant, heavy straining is actually the exact thing moving you further away from the peace you're desperate to find? We live in a culture that worships the hustle. We are told that if something isn't working, we just need to push harder, sweat more, and sleep less. Sadly, we brought that exact same exhaustion into our relationship with God. We treat our spiritual lives like a corporate ladder, believing that if we don't perform, we don't belong. But before you break under that pressure, you need to realize something critical. This heavy burden was never yours to carry. God never asked you to do this alone. In fact, the moment you decide to stop trying to force everything in your own strength, you open the door for Him to finally do what only He can do. If your soul is tired of running on empty, take 1 second right now to subscribe to this channel. By joining our Beyond Verses family, you aren't just hitting a button. You are helping us push back against the noise of this world and spread God's unfiltered truth to thousands of hearts who are burning out in silence. Let's dive into why you need to drop the weight. The first reason you need to stop trying so hard is because you were never engineered to be the source of your own strength. Look at what the Apostle Paul writes in Philippians 4 verse 13. It's a verse we print on t-shirts and gym bags, but we almost always misread it. It says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Notice the order. The power doesn't originate in your muscles, your intellect, or your willpower. It flows through you from a completely different source. When you live a life based on your own striving, you are acting like a lamp that's trying to light up a room while unplugged from the wall. You pull the switch, nothing happens, so you pull it harder. You strain, you stress, you make new resolutions every Sunday night. But the problem isn't your effort. The problem is your connection. Consider a deep, ancient well. The bucket doesn't create the water. It simply lowers itself into the depths to receive it. Your heart was designed to be that bucket. Your only job is to lower your defenses, quiet your mind, and receive what God is already pouring out. The moment you try to manufacture your own peace, your own joy, or your own patience, you discover how quickly human effort turns into bitter burnout. This brings us to a harsh truth. Striving and resting are two completely opposite movements of the human soul. Striving is an anxious sprint. Resting is a deliberate pause. Striving clenches its fists to hold on. Resting opens its hands to let go. Look at the story of King David. Before he was a king, he was a shepherd boy. In Psalm 23, he doesn't write, "The Lord is my taskmaster. He demands that I run 5 miles a day to prove my worth." No. He writes, "He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul." Notice who is doing the heavy lifting in that sentence. He makes, he leads, he restores. David's primary responsibility was simply to follow the shepherd to the place of quietness. But most of us treat God like an employer who is constantly reviewing our resume. We think we have to earn our seat at His table through flawless performance, crowded schedules, and endless religious checklists. Presence matters more than performance. If you feel trapped in that cycle of performance, let's stop right now and break that loop. I want you to drop a comment below with a bold, emotional declaration. Type, "I choose His presence over my performance." Let that be your boundary line in the sand today. No more performing, just being near. Now, let's close a major curiosity loop. If God doesn't want us to struggle and strain, why does life still feel so incredibly painful sometimes? Why does it feel like everything is falling apart if we are doing our best to follow Him? Here is the secret. The heavy seasons in your life are not a sign that God has abandoned you. They are a sign that He is actively reshaping you, and no amount of your own panic can accelerate that timeline. In the book of Isaiah, the Bible describes God as the potter and us as the clay. A piece of clay sitting on a spinning wheel doesn't scream at the artisan trying to shape itself. It doesn't strain its fibers to become a vase. The clay simply yields to the pressure of the master's hands. When you go through a season of loss or isolation or waiting, your instinct is to kick into overdrive. You try to fix the situation, pull strings, and force closed doors open. But sometimes, God allows the silence so you can finally hear His voice. He allows the weakness so you can finally experience His true strength. The pressure you feel right now isn't punishment. It's preparation. Your role is not to grab the tools from the Creator's hands. Your role is to remain malleable on the wheel while He creates a masterpiece out of your broken pieces. The ultimate proof of a real, vibrant walk with God is never measured by your sweat. It is measured by your fruit. Look at the words of Jesus in Matthew 11, verses 28 to 30. He gives an open invitation that stands as a direct contrast to our exhausted world. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Let those words sink deep into your chest. Easy and light. If the spiritual life you are living right now feels heavy, mechanical, and exhausting, it is highly likely that you are carrying a pack that Jesus never handed to you. True transformation doesn't come from a place of frantic behavior modification. It grows organically from a place of deep, undisturbed rest. When you are truly resting in His grace, love flows out of you naturally. Joy returns to your morning routine. Peace becomes your default setting, even when the storm around you is raging. You don't have to force it, because the one inside you is producing it. Before we conclude, take a moment to evaluate your heart. If this message brought a sense of relief to your tired soul, please subscribe to Beyond Verses. Help us reach the millions of tired souls out there who desperately need to know that they can stop running, stop striving, and start resting in the unconditional love of God. So, let go of the steering wheel. Stop trying to carry the weight of the universe on your shoulders. You were never meant to walk this path alone. To anchor this truth in your spirit today, close out this video by leaving a powerful declaration in the comments. Type, God is working and I am resting. Let that be your prayer, your anthem, and your release for the rest of this week. Thank you for watching. Stay anchored in His peace, and God bless you.